Hey, Super Cruisers, it's Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels.
Have you planned your entertainment for the night aboard your cruise? Do you know what you're going to do after dinner? Well, I think you should head to the theater, grab a seat, and prepare yourself for some great shows at sea.
Today we're talking about NCL Cruise Lines. That's right. Norwegian, here we come.
The first show we're going to talk about is one that we have already seen on board an NCL ship, and that's the Jersey Boys. I'm not sure whether this show is continuing or not. There's some chatter that it might or might not be happening, but we've seen it. We hope it continues. It's an awesome show. It follows the incredible true story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. It's the first ever Jersey Boys production at sea. Now, this Tony Award-winning Broadway show will rock your night with timeless hits like Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man, and Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
The next show that NCL has to offer is another big Broadway production.
We've seen it.
We've seen it. We love it. And it's called Kinky Boots. It's about a fabulous entertainer along with a factory worker down on their luck. You wouldn't think that these two would cross paths, and yet Kinky Boots tells the heartwarming story based on a true event.
Yeah,
Did you know that it was a true event of this unlikely partnership? With the original songs by Cyndi Lauper.
Awesome.
Love her. This Broadway sensation will have you clapping along and cheering the characters on.
It does.
Yeah,
it did.
As they work together to create something the world has never seen before.
Oh, God, it was an awesome show.
It was an awesome show.
It really was. Really was. Now, the next one on the list...
I laughed, I cried.
I know. The next one on the list is called After Midnight.
Again, seen it.
Awesome.
Loved it. Awesome show.
Welcome back to that electrifying time when Harlem's Cotton Club was the place to be. Enjoy the smash hit musical which combines the big band songs of Duke Ellington, a stage full of megawatt performers, a roof-raising onstage jazz band, and the best dancing from Broadway.
The next show that NCL has to offer in their arsenal of entertainment is called Happy Hour Prohibition, the musical. It's set in a different setting. It's in a smaller venue, a smaller bar.
More intimate.
Please make sure you make your reservations ahead of time. They do book up fast. It's a one-of-a-kind interactive experience. Now, once you step through the doors, you'll be transported back to the eve of the Prohibition.
Oh, God.
For those looking for a good time, be sure to slip into Mahogany Hall to get up close and personal with the seductive singers and dancers. The one-hour production is a playful performance during which the all-female cast tantalizes the audience with the sultry mix of music, dance, and comedy. Now, I do want you to be prepared because this is an adult entertainment show. So if you have young ones, this is not the show for you unless you think that they can handle it.
I know.
You know, like
but again,
the teens.
Seen it. Loved it.
And, side note, this show also comes with cocktails.
Yeah.
You will get, I believe, 6 small cocktails with this show. I will stand corrected if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm remembering.
I thought it was 3.
3?
3 tumblers.
I thought it was 4 or 6.
You hit 6 because all my 3 went to you.
Oh, well, that could be why
Yes.
I'm thinking of 6.
I think it's 3, and I gave you all of mine.
And speaking of 6, why don't we talk about 6?
The next show is called 6. A cultural phenomenon musical sweeping the stages and now gracing the seas aboard Norwegian Cruise Line. From Tudor queens to pop princesses, the 6 wives of Henry VIII take to the mic to tell their tale, remixing 500 years of historic heartbreak into a 75-minute celebration of 21st century girl power.
Now, I'm going to shift gears and go from girl power to man power, because the next show we're going to discuss is The Choir of Men.
Seen it!
The Choir of Men is a great production. You need to pull up a chair and raise your glass to this high-energy dancing live percussion and hit songs that flow as freely as the beer does.
And it did.
You'll feel right at home in the jungle, the rocking English pub where the talented cast performs everything from classic rock hits to pub tunes.
Yeah.
And best of all, it's a sing-along. Get there early and get your seat up front, and you may be selected for some free beer.
I know. It was really kind of cool. Now, the next one on the list is, again, I think one of their original Broadway productions on board. Again, I'm not sure whether this is still going on, but we want to talk about it because it just shows what epic productions you can see aboard NCL cruises.
And how well-rounded they can be.
Absolutely. And this one, you all know, you've seen it probably from home in the movie, Footloose. It's, based on the widely popular movie. It follows the story of a Chicago teen with a love of dancing who moves to a small town with a ban on rock and roll. Huh? Although he finds himself at odds with most of the town, including the influential local reverend, he and his friends eventually convince local leaders to lift the ban and allow the town to heal from a tragedy that has affected them all. Sad. Featuring the hit music of Grammy Award-winning artist Kenny Loggins, Footloose celebrates warm and open minds.
Now in Footloose, there's a famous line, and it's, "Let's dance!" And that's what we're going to do right now. The next production we're going to talk about is Burn the Floor. You can see this either in the main dining room or in the theater, depending on what the ship has scheduled. It's all about swiveling hips, steamy embraces, and high-octane tempos. The performances of Burn the Floor are not just hot, they sizzle. This ballroom and Latin dance theater company is renowned for its gifted dancers, selected from the most prestigious dance competitions around the globe. Together, they have traveled the world performing and astounding audiences in more than 300 cities and in over 29 countries.
I know, and all brought to you
by NCL.
Aha! Lord. Now, the next one on the list, again, is one of my favorites from a movie made to a musical.
They've adapted it.
Yes.
Adaptation.
Adaptation. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Get your glitter on with this award-winning Broadway musical. Follow the fabulous journey of three divas who take their show to the Australian outback. From a dazzling array of over 500 imaginative costumes, 200 headdresses, and a hit parade of dance numbers and disco hits from the 1970s and 80s, you're in for a glamorous good time.
Now, I will have to say that the next show, although not being a Broadway production, happened to be one of my favorites. Favorite shows. I've seen it 3 or 4 different times on board, and it's actually called Legends in Concert. It's the longest running tribute show in the entertainment history, brings the world's greatest celebrity impersonators to the high seas. This live musical celebration features the world's greatest celebrity tribute artists such as Lady Gaga, Adele, Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, and the list goes on and on.
On and on, as I say, and much more.
It was a phenomenal show. Don't miss it.
I know. Now, next on the list is Howl at the Moon.
Now, Howl at the Moon is a great production. It is located in a smaller venue, again.
Yep.
It's in a piano bar. And, you know, sing-alongs do happen there, too. Why don't you tell us about that?
You got a big dose of feel-good, sing-along fun. Nothing beats Howl at the Moon. Witness an electrifying blaze of ebony and ivory going head-to-head, while the audience instantly transforms into one giant happy wave of camaraderie. It's the world's greatest rock and roll dueling piano show. You gotta see it.
Bring your money because, yes, These dueling pianos will play what you want. The more you tip, the more they'll play what you want. So that's all I'm saying. Next, we're going to hop across the pond. It's another smaller venue on the ships, and it will be located in the Cavern Club, and it is called the Cavern Club. You're going to step into the legendary Liverpool Club where the Beatles performed, and you're going to experience a vibrant rock and roll scene featuring live music and even a Beatles cover band. It's really, really cool. And on a lot of the ships, this is where karaoke will also be located.
I know. Gosh, there's so much stuff and so much we've seen. Now, last on the list is Sid Norman's Poorhouse. Jam out to famous rock hits at the new Sid Norman's Poorhouse, where live music and an interactive cast will have you toasting the rock and roll legends all night long.
Sounds pretty cool.
There's a lot to book when you're on board.
I think everybody can find something to see and enjoy on NCL. They also do have live performers throughout the cruise venues, so in like lounges and that, they'll have entertainers.
Right, not just in the big theaters.
And they really do have high class entertainment, and we're really excited you've decided to take an NCL cruise.
I know.
And are looking into what they have to offer as far as the shows.
Check
the shows
them out.
can be booked ahead of time.
Yes.
Please plan ahead. And we want to thank you for enjoying this video. We want to thank you for joining us for another exciting video. We want to remind you not just to watch our videos, but become a regular Cruising with Wheels family member. How do they do that, Frank?
All they have to do is hit that subscribe button. It's free.
Don't be a ding-a-ling. Hit that bell too, and you'll get regular notifications of when our videos go live. We are also on Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
and Snapchat.
So follow us and like us there. But until next time, we want to remind you to always
travel safe
and cruise often.